Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Hello, all you paranormal freaks. It's the last Saturday of the month, and you know what that means. The veil is at its thinnest. So if you're brave enough, all of you hitchers and drifters, load up for a ride with Golden J and Logan as they traverse to the other side.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, hanging out with
his co-host and future ghost, Just Logan.
And welcome to the United States of Paranormal, the other side.
What's up, everybody?
How's everybody doing out there?
I ask like we can get answers.
I know, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Did everybody have a good New Year? What did you guys do for New Year's?
We went to my sister's house. Me and a couple friends and everything. We went out there and we just chilled and drank and hung out, and that's about it. We stayed there until like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Nice. Did I see you guys playing beer pong?
They made me play a game of beer pong. I was telling them no because I was like, I want to go home eventually, so like I don't want to get loaded and everything. But they all absolutely played a shit ton of beer pong. I mean, I live like legitimately a minute and a half down the road, but I still have to. They're like, you could walk home or you could sleep on my couch. I was like, neither of those sound fucking appealing.
Right. The last time I played beer pong with little Jay, it was a riot. We had a blast. I do believe that was at Gunner's rehearsal party just before the wedding, where everybody was all fucking tanked up.
Yeah. I tell you what, everybody there was tanked but me at the end of it, for sure. So,
well, let me tell you, the rocker chick polished off 2.5 bottles of wine in less than 2 days. So,
nice.
Yeah, there was. She might add a little help, but it was a lot of it. Scotty T ended up getting sick. We always go to his place for New Year's
so you
Eve.
didn't even get to go to Scotty's?
No, we just hung out here by ourselves and cracked open a bottle of Aunt Minnie's blackberry wine. Oh shit, that stuff is so good. And then, of course, New Year's Day, we did our annual egg rolls.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Did you were here when we did egg rolls when you were living here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't remember how far back we've been doing this.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a hot minute.
Yeah. Well, she wanted corned beef and cabbage on New Year's Day. That's what I said. No dice.
No, I don't fucking like steamed cabbage. Like, I like cabbage and egg rolls.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Cabbage. And like when you cook it in egg rolls, it doesn't smell like a house full of steamed fucking cabbage.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's how that tradition started. I said no to corned beef and cabbage, and I'm like, I'll meet you in the middle. Let's do egg rolls. And so there you go. She gets her cabbage, which is supposed to be some sort of New Year's.
Yeah, it's supposed to be some kind of like good omen for
luck.
bringing in New Year's or some shit. I don't know. Like I said, our holiday season's all wonky because our real Christmas we're not doing until this weekend, which is already into January.
Right.
So, like, our Christmas, like, the kids just opened their presents, and then I spent the rest of the day on my stream. I just got up in the morning, and I was like, oh, people do those Yule logs and stuff. I was like, fuck it. And I whipped up my own, like, tokusatsu, which is, like, the Japanese stuff that I do, Yule log, and put it on my stream, and streamed for just short of 11 hours with that Yule log up and music playing in the background, and, like, occasionally, like, I would just move something across the screen. I had over 488 people fucking go through this damn thing, and people were fucking talking and chatting, and I was like, okay, all right.
Hey.
And I had people like, oh, don't end it yet. And I was like, I got shit I gotta do. Like, it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, I gotta go. They're like, just leave it running. I was like, if I leave it running, y'all, the fire will keep going, and eventually the music will stop, and then you'll just be listening to the sound of the fire going. Nothing's gonna move across the screen. And they were still trying to convince me. They're like, nah, just keep it. And I was like, no, it's going down.
Oh, I keep kicking around the idea of starting to Twitch, in my spare time, but I don't know what I would do. I just haven't figured it out yet.
Okay, it's like I said, it's sometimes you just randomly kick it on, and like with you could even do it like you can share your screen while you do it, so you could literally just be sitting there like editing and talking to people while you edit, and people will be watching that, and like.
Well, that might be a thing. I could do something like that.
I mean, on the bright side, it could make your editing slog a little less boring because you'll have somebody sitting there talking to you while you're doing it, like people in the chat asking you questions while you're going through it.
Huh. Where were you like 2 weeks ago when I was really slamming my head against the wall trying to come up with an idea? I like that idea.
I've done it to where I did a stream where I was fucking rebuilding my stream. Like I lost my shit, so I did a literal stream where I was building up my back pages for the stream while people were talking to me. I was like, if I got to do it, I might as well fucking be making some money and subscriptions and conversating with people while doing it.
Right on. Well, I'm going to look into that and get that built, and I like that idea because when I'm sitting here editing for 2 or 3 hours, why not? You know?
Very often, like I catch a stray TUSOP bullet in the stream, like ISO will pop in or something,
right,
and just make himself known for a little bit, and then fuck Phantom.
You want to hear what I got from ISO today?
Oh no, what did you get from ISO?
Let's see if I can bring this up here real quick. It's my phone is not cooperating here. So ISO sent me a thing today. If you're into Murd Nerds, we are bringing it back. It is coming back in the middle of February. So I put a what do I call that? A promo trailer out for the next binge watch the binge listen that we're going to be putting out in February. So I put a trailer out on the 1st for it with a nice little promo trailer at the end for the Springfield 3, which is the story that I'm going to be doing for Murd Nerds. And so I got an IM from ISO today. It says, reaching out to say that your Murd Nerds promo trailer was awesome. You really got the eerie background music and voice meshed together really well. I am beyond excited, and I know Thanksgiving has passed, but I can't say it enough how thankful I am for the one and only Golden J.
Nice.
I mean, honestly, I've been fucking mulling over this Murd Nerds thing for quite a while, and it's nice to have. It was nice to have that kind of build up to that. So ISO. Thank you so much. I love the IM. I immediately showed it to the Rocker Chick as soon as I got home, and I loved it, man. Thank you for the what's the word I'm looking for?
Validation.
Validation's good, but the inspiration and the cheering on of getting this thing ready to go and getting it done. It's doing a true crime episode is a lot more than even what we do in TUSOP. And TUSOP's a lot of research. I mean, I put days and days into my research, looking for things and trying to find stories and trying to find personal accounts and stuff like that. But man, to get the exact stuff right in a true crime.
Yeah.
Because people take this extremely personally, as well as they should. I mean, I'm not saying that it's unvalidated. I'm just saying that you want to make sure your shit is right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff goes into that.
Yeah,
so.
Like you're not gonna have like the Spectre Moose fucking write you if you fuck up a detail in their case. You fuck up a detail in a case in Murd Nerds, you might have family or friends or God knows who come get upset. And
absolutely. And speaking of shit I've been working on, I need to get that all changed over. I haven't had a moment to get it done because we did just celebrate the new year and all the stuff that goes with it. But I want to announce on the other side, as we finish up this first week of January, the fan of the month. I'm going to make Yahira.
Yahira.
Yes.
Nice.
She is our fan of the month. So look for it on the website. I'm going to go, Yahira, I'm going to your Facebook page and I'm going to steal a picture.
There you go.
So to put on the website. And of course, I'll have a little write-up, something that I write is what I put on there. And of course, I'm going to switch over the spotlight. It was the Paranormal group for the last couple months. This next couple months, I'm going to leave it up for January and February, but we want to get you guys to sign the petition for Save the Benton County Jail.
Yeah, and that's some shit.
Oh my God.
I don't even live there anymore, and that pissed me off. That thing has been there forever. It's a literal landmark, and then they want to fucking bulldoze it to probably turn it into a fucking parking lot or God knows what else.
That is exactly what they're talking about, is making it a parking lot. Yeah. So we will get on the front of the UnitedStatesParanormal.com right there on top will be a link where you guys can go sign the petition to help save the jail. There's a lot of great stuff going on. Those guys, Brian and Dwight, are working really, really, really hard to get that, get some things going on so it can be saved. And they've got some stuff they're working out. So it's looking good, but we still need you guys to go out and sign the petition. So it'll be on the website. Go check it out and go sign the petition. The place was great, man. You're going to see it coming up hopefully by the end of the month or maybe the beginning of February on Patreon. If you guys are Patreon subscribers, top tier, you're going to get the full-blown investigation on there. It's just a lot of editing video, and it's very time-consuming. So, yeah, maybe that's where, maybe the Twitch will be part of that too.
Yeah.
Editing
if
that
anything
video.
I can do to help, let me know, because like I said, that's some grade A bullshit right there.
We are going to do what we can do. He asked me to write a letter, but I never got an address. I couldn't find one. He told me it was one place, and I didn't find it. And like I said, it's holiday season, and I've been busy doing other things, and I haven't had a chance to reach back out to him.
Yeah,
I will write the letter as soon as I get an address, and just as somebody in the community who does something, with the podcast and so on, he wants it, outsiders to kind of roll in and say what an important place this is for people.
And maybe with your the connections you've made with the other podcasts and stuff, maybe you can get other podcasters from different states to write in, because I'm sure they'd be like, fuck, somebody from this state or this place is fucking saying something.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we're being assholes.
Maybe we got to rethink this. But yeah, the old Benton County Jail down there in Fowler, Indiana. An amazing place to investigate, and it's one of those places that you can go that it's not like super expensive to investigate. It's not like some of these places that want $1,000 for a couple hours to wander around.
Yeah, it's also educational. Like they used to take the school when I was in Atwood. They would take kids to field trips there to learn stuff and all that. Like, so I don't know what they're offering these days, but I mean, I just can't believe that that's even an option on the table. Like, you'd think after a certain amount of time, like the building would like hit that "don't fuck with me" status, like I'm a historical landmark. Exactly.
That was my first say was, why is this not a historical landmark? And there was a reasoning behind it, and I'm not sure what it was, but
that's a fucking bullshit reason. That building's old as fucking shit.
Mm-hmm. There's a ton of history, and there's a ton of activity in that place.
Yeah,
that's the thing. This is not you might get lucky, you might not. There is activity every time that people go in there and investigate. We had activity. We had shit thrown at us while we were in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's very active. The music box was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll see all that coming up in the Patreon, promise.
You hate to hear it, because, like I said, about the same time that you were talking about that is where the news broke that they were like at the moment tearing down oh fuck, why am I forgetting the name all of a sudden? I got fucking on the online brain. Fuck, the place that Zach Bagans hangs out at all the time, where the show first got its start. Jada wanted to go there. Fuck. Was it a music hall? What was it?
Oh, you're talking about.
I can't think of the fucking name because I want to.
No, you're talking about that place down in it's down in Kentucky somewhere.
God, what is it?
Wow, we are
exactly. The moment you try to fucking think about it, it fucking gets you.
You send it in an IM. That's the best place to look for it. Bobby Mackey's.
Bobby Mackey's. There you go. It's even got your wife's fucking first name in it. Yeah, Bobby Mackey's. Like, to talk about a place that's got serious fucking activity, and then I open up an article saying that they're like actively tearing it down, and I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, there were pictures. There were pictures of the bulldozers and the cranes going in there and ripping it apart. Which I can't. I don't know why. I mean, it was a shithole anyway. I mean, as far as, the building was one of those buildings that was an add-on to an add-on to an add-on.
Yeah.
The parking lot was shit. If you actually went and looked at it, like, you could go look at it on like Google Maps. And
it makes you wonder where all their fucking money from all the, because it cost a good bit to go there and record. And it is like a big known fucking place in the paranormal community. So where the fuck was all that money going to?
Yeah.
It sure wasn't going to fucking upkeep.
My question is that the thing was they're tearing that spot down, but they're building a new Bobby Mackey's somewhere else in that town, at a different location. I was under the impression from everything that I read and the story we did that a lot of the paranormal activity actually came from the well. They considered that a portal.
Mm-hmm.
And so where is that well going to go? What are they going to do with that well? If they rip the building off top of it, does that mean the well is just wide open and everything can just spill out?
What I want to know is like what kind of revenue is Bobby Mackey's making on its own?
Right.
Because you strip out all of the paranormal shit, like all of it, because you're going to a whole new location. You're away from it all.
Yep.
What's your revenue looking like then?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not, if you're tearing the place down, why not rebuild
on that
there?
Spot? Yeah.
But instead you're just like bulldozing it, going down the street. Because I mean, you had all sorts of like actual paranormal like TV shows.
Oh yeah.
And documentaries going to this place. You're getting that big like Discovery Channel, Travel Channel, all that shit money, and then you're just like, nah, I'm good.
Just want to get away from it. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Of course, as we say this is all alleged. We don't know that they're rebuilding somewhere for 100%. Yeah. You read an article online and whatever, but I did see pictures of them tearing the place down, and it is that place. So that place that definitely is going away. But whether they're rebuilding or whatever they're doing, I have no idea. But for 100%, but hopefully they figure it out. And I don't think you can transplant the ghosts.
No.
It's like, hey guys, we're moving. We're going down about 3 or 4 blocks down, and then turn left and go 6 blocks. That's where we'll be at. Just come on down there. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, but you can definitely piss off a bunch of spirits when you fucking bulldoze their... Because ghosts don't like renovations. We know this.
Yep.
So how do you think they feel about you just fucking making them haunt a fucking parking lot?
Absolutely. It'll be interesting. Can't wait to see what they decide to do down there, but I don't think that was a place I would ever go.
No,
not that. Let me tell you a secret, everybody. When we talked about doing investigations, let's say a year ago, I was all about, kind of being like, I'm a little freaked out. I don't know how well I can take it. When we did the Benton County Jail and when we did the Fowler, I have never been so calm and relaxed in my entire life. I didn't, I was looking for something. I was on the hunt to see something. And, I seen things, but nothing ever freaked me out. Nothing made me run in the other direction or do anything like that. I was calm, which in all honesty, surprised the shit out of me over everybody else. But, I don't know. Bobby Mackey's is one of those places that I never wanted to go because I've heard so many horror stories about people coming out of there with things and bad shit happening when they got home. So yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
Whatever works for folks out there. If you guys are into that shit, I'm down. I'll support you, man. I want the best for you, but make sure you go. Make sure you're protected. You know, that's why Bailey from Cooper's Crystals made us these protection bags that were awesome before we went down. So yeah, took care of business. Did I mention Cooper's Crystals?
Yeah.
look for her on Facebook because her website kind of got a little jacked up when a payment wasn't made, so they pulled her. I think that's what happened. I don't know, but
yeah,
you know how shit like that goes. Something happens to a card and it doesn't get renewed properly, and boom. But yeah, check her out on Facebook. She does amazing work. You can reach out to her right on your IM. So love working with Bailey. I need to get them back on.
Yeah, for sure. That was an interesting one.
Yeah, it was fun. And I'm sure they've done a shit ton of stuff. I see their stuff on TikTok and Reels all the time. So they're very active in their work outside of their day job. So
yeah.
All right, man. You ready to get into why we're actually here today?
Yeah, I got my actual pieces of paper notes, which is it's odd for me, but yeah, I'm ready to do this thing.
All right, man.
We started off the month of December with episode 162 with J-Dub discussing the phenomenon known as astral projection. Many people, one way or another, have heard of this activity, but you might have heard it described by one of its many other names like astral travel, soul journeying, soul wandering, or spiritual travel. Although most of these sound like 60s burnout hippie bands, the art of astral projection is a practice that has continuously been mentioned throughout the ages of mankind. From accounts of practitioners purposely leaving their body to just stroll around their local surroundings, to self-proclaimed masters of the art using it to leave their bodies and travel through space and even time to other eras, or in some cases, the future.
Have you ever done it?
If we're talking like intentionally, no. Have I had dreams where it's been like, hey, look, there's me, and I'm out here, then yeah. Now, I'm not an expert. I can't say that that's what it was, if it was a dream or not a dream. But I have had a dream or two where I'm just like standing there like, hey, that's me sleeping. And like for a brief moment, I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And then I'm like, nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a dream.
I'm snoring. I'm not dead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Listen, man, I've never done it. I've never done it in a dream. I've never done it intentionally. According to J-Dub's read on that episode, you can do it intentionally. You can set your mind to actually leave your body and go wander around.
Yeah.
And I have actually talked to people who have done it, who have practiced it and were able to manifest themselves outside their body. And there's some trippy shit that goes along with it besides, just wandering around. You got to be really, really careful because you can get sucked into something you don't want to get sucked into. And I don't know, I thought it was really, really interesting because as I get deeper in a bigger part of the paranormal community, I'm learning a lot of things from just odds and end people along the way. And that's one of those things that I didn't really know a lot about. And yeah, it's very serious if you run into the wrong person while you're wandering around in astral projection.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's I believe in the church of don't start none, won't be none. So I don't you won't catch me purposely trying to do it. I have met some people that have said that they've done it. Now, to be fair, most of the people I've met that said they've done it are also people that have done like lots of acid and mushrooms and stuff, which, I mean, a lot of people are like, hey, there's a lot of people out there are the mindset of like, you have to be like this out of it in order to like achieve it, or this helps achieve it and whatnot. But like I said, like you said, there's a lot out there you don't know. And there's like a lot of like old readings on it where like, hey, this monk did it and never came back to his body because this or that, or like you could fall into this pitfall. Or if you're not inhabiting your vessel, then it's leaving your vessel open to be inhabited by something else. And if something else gets in there, you don't have a place to fucking go.
You're stuck.
Yeah. So like, I'm good personally. I mean, it's super interesting.
Oh, extremely interesting. If I had more time, I'd study up on it a little bit more just to understand it a little bit better. But it is. It's fascinating. It's fascinating to talk to people who have done it and what they experienced while they done it. And yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and like it's like mainstream media has messed with it. Like you've seen it in shows like Charmed, and I think the one that everybody else would know would be Doctor Strange.
Right.
Doctor Strange does it, like he leaves his body and everything like that. So, like I said, it's interesting. Like I said, it's not for Logan. The thing itself is super interesting, and I researching it is always cool. And like I said, we've got books that are dating to like way back in the day talking about it, and they're all interesting reads. It's just I'll leave it to the experts.
Absolutely.
Or the non-experts that are just like, I just dropped like 3 tabs of acid and I'm gonna give it a whack. You do you, folks. Just do it safely.
Damn gummies.
Yeah, no shit. So our second case of the month was tackled by Golden J on December 11th. We took a stroll around Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. The park originally opened in 1926. Its big claim to fame was its Ferris wheel and swings, the latter of which a small girl lost her life on due to the negligent truck driver backing into the ride's path, killing the child. Another documented loss of life for the park would be a young boy drowning in the property's pool. In the mid-60s, the parks closed for the first time, only to be reopened 2 decades later, only to once again close its doors after a mere 3 years later. When the family tried to pivot to the activities to make money on the land, they discovered artifacts and mass graves of the Shawnee tribe. This discovery led to the residents to dig deep into the property's history that was, in fact, horrifying. To find out in the 1770s, the Clay family had 3 of their children brutally murdered. It started to become pretty clear to locals that the property might have a taste for the blood of the young. Almost all of the paranormal events that happened to seem to resolve around children, like apparitions and adolescent poltergeist activity. Nothing evil seems to roam the land, even though most of the documented death happened to be violent. That was an interesting one.
Oh, man. It was a lot of fun to research because there was so much. You know, we did get a couple of personal accounts. Jack from Portals to Hell had people sit down and tell some of the stories they had, which I think I brought up in that episode. But I want to step back just 1 second because there are conflicting stories about that truck driver. The one was he just backed up, nilly-dilly and got into the way of that swing. But one of the other stories is that there was a lot of mud in the area, and when he backed up, the truck actually slid through the mud and down into her path. So I mean, it could go either way. It just depends on which story you want to believe or read first or whatever, the case may be. But either way, that little girl was on that swing, and there was no swinging out of the way of that truck. She went right into it.
It wasn't worse because like if you've seen those rides, you know what they're talking about. It's the big swings that swing around. The fact that only one person died, I didn't hear about any other injuries.
No,
but you imagine there had to be.
I guess it just depends on what time of day it was and how many people were on it.
If it was you figure there's got to be more than one person.
Yeah, you would think.
Unless he got the truck smoothed the fuck out of the way quick,
right?
Or because even with that, the ride can only stop so fast,
right.
So you figure more people would have hit it. So, but they seem like it's way back then, and they're only really going to focus on the death,
right?
They're not going to be like, and this lady broke her leg in it, or this person did this or this. They're just like, this person's dead.
Right.
And then the boy drowned because his hand got stuck in a drainage pipe or something like that.
Yeah, one of the suction intakes from what I understood.
Yeah, so I mean that sounded like he was down there just
fiddling around.
Doing kid stuff, fucking around, and it got him and whatnot. So
yeah, that one, once again, there's a little conflicting stories to that if you read into it too much. it wasn't in the pool, it was in the pond. And I mean, it was, once again, and we talk about this a lot during our regular episodes, when you go to research something, you've got to filter out what you think is the correct story, because you can go in 4 different directions with 6 different timelines, and and you try to make the most sense of what you're researching. But the major one that I heard was a pool.
Yeah, the pool makes more sense. Like, it was a man-made pond out there.
Yeah.
But, like, for the boy to, like, just end up being right where, like, a drainage line is, and, like, in an arm-sized drainage line,
Yep.
like, you figure, a pond would have a much bigger one than an arm-length one. Now, a pool, I could see it. But, like, a man-made pond, it seemed to make a little less sense.
My problem with the pool is that I can't imagine that somebody didn't notice that he was down there. Especially because, they hunted for him for 3 hours after the park closed, when the mom decided to come back and get him, because apparently this place was daycare for her, so she would just drop the kid off.
Well, that's the fucking problem right there. It's the same thing with, like, Action Park back in the day, and how many deaths were out there and injuries. Is because, like, thinking like the 60s and stuff, like, one, parents were just leaving fucking kids.
Right.
And then 2, all these places were just hiring fucking teenagers to be bodyguards and ride attendants. And these kids was just a paycheck. They'd fuck right off. The bodyguard would be over there, like, flirting with some chick, not even at a station, or the lifeguard, not bodyguard. So a kid's going to go unnoticed forever. Cause
it's true. It's true.
It's wily.
There are other things being spotted around there. Of course, the cloaked black apparition that's on the Ferris wheel, and I thought it was really cool, though, that they did talk about that little boy and how he kind of wanders the whole park, and his favorite place is right up there at the ticket booth where you walk in, and there's a pinwheel, and there's pictures of it sticking in the side of that, and he will negotiate that.
Well,
and you can get him to change the speed.
We were just talking about it with the whole Bobby Mackey's, and, like, how it must suck to be like a ghost and all of a sudden you're haunting a parking lot.
Right.
Imagine this kid, especially if it is the kid that everybody thinks it is, one of the fucking Clay family's kids that died way back in the day, going from dying a horrible death to haunting frontier-esque land.
Right.
That might have, like, a structure on it, to eventually, like, you're haunting a fucking amusement park as a spirit of a child.
Right.
And so you're like, oh, fuck, there's rides, there's pinwheels, there's this, there's that. But the thing that sucks about it is your spirit. For the most part, if you're haunting a place, you're stuck there indefinitely, unless something happens to where maybe you cross over. I'm not an expert. I can't tell you what happens on the other side till I get there. And at that point, it'd be hard for me to tell you.
But send it back.
It's a double-edged sword of it. Like, he was there so long, he got to see the birth of an amusement park, and was like, oh, dope. And then it closed down. He's like, shit. And then it opened back up, and he's like, yes. And then it closed right the fuck back down.
It's like, damn it.
Yeah, and then, like, they start fucking, like, plowing the fields, because they wanted to turn it into, like, a place where, like, people were going to go mudding or some shit.
Something like that, yeah.
And that's when they found the mass graves, and then that's what caused them to look into it, find out about his death, and he was like, oh, fuck, in a roundabout way, this leaned to them finding out about me, so...
Right. Yeah, there are markers. They did put up...
statue
stones
for the 3 kids or some shit like that, yeah.
Well, they put up big stones where you can go and leave gifts for the tribe. Show your respect to that being an Indian burial ground. But if you go in a different direction down
towards the kids,
to where the kids and actually the old man Clay, I guess, is also buried there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that whole fucking thing was brutal with the whole. He comes in and takes their land. They come in and take his kids. They kill 2 of them. They're right there on the property, and then take the other one back into town and string him up.
They had to hunt them down to find because they're like they took the other one, so they're like, oh, they took him. Clearly, he's alive then. Yeah. And then by the time they got there, like they had him strung up and they burned him alive.
Yeah, it's just terrible. But yeah, the very very tragic land that is. I mean, lots and lots of bad shit happens on that property. So if you guys are heading out to investigate, at least be careful when you go out there.
And like I said, for like the amount of horrifying deaths that happen there, like most of the haunting activity is pretty like lighthearted shit.
It is.
It's like just children being children, which is like refreshing. I mean, it sucks that they're out there, but like, and like I said, it's got a blow to be like, I got an amusement park. Well, first he was probably like, what the fuck is an amusement park? And then he was like, oh, this is rad. And then it's just like,
I like it. There was accounts of people catching EVPs of Indian chants out there, you know, like
imagine, because there's that mass grave. I think they said like over 300 bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, holy shit.
Pretty amazing. But yeah, that was a fun one, man. I'm glad I stumbled across that one. That was one of those things that I really didn't know anything about until I started deep diving into it, and turned out to be a really interesting story.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it is surprisingly wholesome and sad at the same time because it's children's death. But like the way I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, so we for sure had these 3 kids ghost from the start, like because they died way back in fucking day. Not discounting the native ghosts there, but like these are the ones like that we know for sure. And then like I said, there's the thinking of like, oh, and then all of a sudden amusement parks built up and like, I gotta haunt this. And then 2 other kids die there who we've seen documented that they haunt there too. So can you imagine being like a brand new kid ghost, like you just unfortunately drowned in a pool and you're like, what the hell? And then there's like 3 other kid ghosts just waiting there for you. Like, we got bad news and we got good news. Like, 1, you're dead, dog. Good news, we're also dead. You want to be homies and hang out at the amusement park for the rest of forever?
We can ride the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, like we can hang out right now. Like, we don't have to play in the pool. We can go. There's there's other rides over there. We can go ride the Ferris wheel. You know, we can go to the haunted. We can go to the haunted house. I know it's a little on the nose, but you know.
Can you imagine those the Clay Kids ghosts are there and the new ghost of the boy gets there and the Clay Kids just gonna look at him and go, we want to know what you know. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a van. Why do you have a milk truck out here?
You got a fucking kid in like fucking early 70s attire looking at fucking kids that are from the fucking frontier time all dressed up in their animal skins and shit. And they're like, we have a question. The Jackson 5. 5 of what? Like, what is this? And the pink fluffy stuff on the stick that everybody's eating. What the fuck is that about?
And what does it taste like?
Yeah, what animal is that from? Because that looks fantastic.
Oh my God, when worlds collide that way. That's insane. It's insane to think about.
It's a trippy one. But it was a great story. It was super interesting.
So much fun.
Episode 3, the Jerome Grand Hotel, was brought to us December 18th by guest host and fan Larissa. Originally built in 1926, proclaimed to be one of the state's most haunted hotels, the Jerome started off as a hospital that ran until 1950s, when it was shuttered and laid dormant until it was resurrected as a hotel in 1996. The hotel now seems to be the home of many of the souls who left the mortal world behind after checking into the old Verde Hospital. Many guests have claimed to hear the sounds of gurneys and other hospital-related noises. Room 32 seems to be the most experience happen. Excessive amount of events. Some people claim that this is due to the alleged suicide of 2 past patients of the hospital. One, a businessman who shot himself. Another being a miner who threw himself from the balcony. Regardless of proof of these deaths, the 2 men you cannot dispute. Regardless of death, the 2 men you cannot dispute the long history of death and sadness that seems to be an unrelenting battery for the paranormal activity on this property.
Let me start off by saying Larissa did an amazing job.
Oh yeah, she killed it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And especially for her first outing on something like this. I mean, you know, she had never ever done anything like this before, and she stepped up and did an amazing job. And going back and re-listening to it, you know, as a listener driving around, I enjoyed it even more.
Oh yeah, it's nothing like that to make you feel bad about yourself when somebody just pops in the first time and just fucking nails it.
Yeah, we've been working at this for 160 episodes.
Yeah, and she just kills it. She's not stumbling over words. Like she's got it down pat. She did a fantastic job. She
did an amazing job. She texted me on December 26th She sent me a picture of the front walkway of the Jerome Grand Hotel and a video from inside the Asylum restaurant.
Her Asylum restaurant. Oh my God.
I know, right? Her mom went.
Nice.
Yeah, and so her mom sent her some pictures and she forwarded them on to me. So they were awesome. I loved them. Did I not? Oh, I did reply. Okay. Say, did I not reply to that text? That's fucking worthless.
Talk about how concerning it is how many fucking hotels have been made out of old fucking hospitals.
I know, right?
Like, I get that the structure lends itself to it. It's like, the hospital's got a lot of rooms. You need a lot of rooms. A good amount of hospitals, like good hospitals, have pools for rehabilitation. Like, we need a pool too.
Yep.
They have accommodations for cooking a lot of food, but like, fuck me. Like, hotels are already brand new hotels always end up being haunted because, I mean, unfortunately, the amount of people that go to hotels to end their lives is staggering. When you get in this line of work, like you hear about it. Like every hotel you go to is like, and then you're like, oh shit, that's not he said, she said. Like, that's a documented 67 deaths in this year alone.
Right.
From people ODing to people intentionally unaliving themselves to like murder or people just fucking die. Like, you know, old people go to hotels and just don't wake up. And just to like put that on top of a hospital that's already just like chocked full of it, especially hospitals that had loony bins too. So like, oh god, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It adds a lot. It adds a lot to it. But now did those old hospitals all have their own private bathrooms too? So, I mean, that's a good thing for a hotel.
Like it's literally like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it from like a structural standpoint, but like shit. You're just asking for it then.
Well, I mean, you know, or you could just build the Galvez on top of mass graves and end up still having
That's Galveston, though. That whole island's a fucking mass grave, so you really don't have a fucking choice there.
Yeah, not a lot to work with.
Yeah, no, but like the name of the hospital, the Verde Hospital.
Right.
Just that's an odd name. Like it just makes me think of Mexican food, and I'm just like,
well, and every time it's said, it just catches me off guard, and it's just weird, but yeah. But yeah,
especially that was like the era was built in. What like you wouldn't expect somebody to be like Verde,
right? All those coal miners, and then you know, with the old original hospital turned into a library. That's, I think, would be the place I'd want to fucking go.
That sounds nice. Like, I'm okay with the light haunting in a fucking library.
It would be fun.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like I'll take the nachos and bring me out a pale ale in the middle of my asylum restaurant. Like, you know, like, like, and if you look over there, that's where they lobotomize people. And over there is where they kept the ones that are strapped in the straitjackets. And I'm like,
and no you thanks. Too can be strapped to your chair while you eat your nachos.
They'd be like, I feel a little bad when they're like, my entrees are named after patients that were in here. Like, like, it was a little weird.
Was that like Phil Jorgensen's nachos or something?
Yeah, you figure if you're gonna lean into it,
extra salsa on top.
You mean like I need to see pictures of this fucking restaurant because you got to think is it like the Hard Rock Cafe? Like you go to Hard Rock Cafe, so you're gonna see pictures of rock stars. So you go to the fucking Asylum restaurant, and it's like they're gonna be pictures of fucking the Buseys on the fucking wall, like. Well, this was Mark Jacobson. He was strapped in here because he thought he talked to dogs that were God, and he killed about 5 preschoolers. And he was like, that's great. Can I still get my mini corn dogs? Or
how was my appetizers looking? Are they about done?
They're about done. Like let's wrap up. Let's take it a go. And come out and somebody's fucking mug shots on your fucking to-go bag, and you're like,
Their mugshot is on their actual coffee mugs.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
don't forget your commemorative mug. I'm like, no, you can keep it. You can keep it.
From the video that she sent me, it looks like a nice little, mom and pop style restaurant. You know, it doesn't look. They don't have. I didn't see any swings or chairs or chains or anything like that. So
I figure you got to lean into it somehow, though. Like,
I would. Yeah, I'd be. I
mean, if you're already going to call it the Asylum restaurant, like you got to figure there's got to be something.
Yeah, I would think that would be the hard lean in, but you know, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're just like a nice little, and they're just like the names as far as we'll go.
Yeah, we have scruples, so don't think that we're going any farther.
You got to imagine, like, people expect it though. Like, if you're like, oh, the Asylum restaurant, you're like, ooh, well, that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nutty. Let's go.
Yeah, until you're strapped to your fucking chair and spoon fed with your eyes wide open.
Oh shit! Woo! I mean, they get a certain clientele for that.
Oh,
for
you know
sure. And those people will pay the big money.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, they'll take their mugs home. Like, absolutely.
But Larissa did a great job, and we're looking forward to her coming back and doing another one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She killed it. Well, that leads to episode 166. It was the fourth episode of the month. Was the rocker chick reading Dark Christmas, a story by Jeanette Winterson. Talk about... we were talking about wholesome hauntings and whatnot. But this was... 98% of this fucking story was creepy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the right amount of vague horror to where it's not like over the top. It just got you like clenched up the whole time, just like, oh no. And then it just, it bow tied off with like, oh, the mom and the kid are still together and the dad got what he deserved and the homie got to leave just fine. But like it was her. Anytime she just does a story, which I think it's only been like 2 times now, where she's like read an actual like story. Right. She did one for Vamtober.
Yep.
With the
absolutely.
Fucking weird, creepy, fucking rich vampire that had a thing for the little boy.
Yeah.
She nails the reading of like the stories and everything, and it was like I could hear J-Dub getting tense and like parts of that. She's like, oh no.
Yeah. Don't get the nativity scene. Leave the fucking nativity scene alone.
You never pick up the fucking dolls, man. Like you never. You always leave. Like you already heard. Like 1, you already heard creepy noises in the attic. 2, you've gone up into the attic now and you see creepy little fucking dolls.
Yep.
Your first instinct shouldn't be like, I'm gonna bring these downstairs.
I think he's with me.
And
wait, the lights went out.
Find a fucking weird sopping wet children's dress on a banister of anything. I'm not taking downstairs, washing it and hanging it up. I am going to leave it right the fuck where it was. I'm going to go to the kitchen, get me some salt, and just pour it in the fucking doorway of that and be like, whatever the fuck you are, you're staying up there until I get the fuck out of this B&B. You make all the noise you want, but you ain't coming fucking downstairs now.
I'll tell you what, man, that whole entire thing, I sat there with my mouth wide open as she read it, because it was very well, the story itself was very well told. Her reading it, she did a great job of reading it, which of course then just sparks the controversy that the rocker chick should start an erotica podcast.
Oh God.
Would you listen to that?
No.
Just checking.
No, God.
Oh,
it was hard enough to get through the fucking Frankie Vegas one.
Oh, I should have did a great job writing that.
Oh, son of a bitch.
But yeah, she did a great job. And like I said, the story was great too. I mean, it kept you right there. You didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
Yeah, I reread it today just to refresh my memory and everything. And I was at work alone while I was rereading it, and I'm sitting here reading it, and I was like, it's giving me like goosebumps. I'm reading it.
Right.
And then I didn't know what it was at first. Every now and then I'd hear and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I've got like a little light music playing while I'm reading too and everything.
Right.
And it's not like I'm listening to spooky shit. Like I got REO Speedwagon playing on, and I just keep hearing like a vague like, and I keep looking. I walk out in the warehouse, I'm not hearing it. I sit back down, I go back to reading, I hear it again. And like, I'm almost done with the story. I'm like, really, what the fuck is that noise? This is a fucking coffee maker.
Get you every time.
Yeah, I just fucking kept doing it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then like,
that's good stuff.
And it's right by like a window that leads out into my fucking warehouse. So it sounds like it's out in the warehouse.
Right.
But it's in here with me. And I was like, God damn it, it's the coffee maker.
Yeah, it's funny how our minds play tricks on us when we're reading stories like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But like I said, it's a fantastic story, like a really good short story.
Yeah,
like I said, it's nothing like gratuitous. It's not like fucking like jump scary or just like nasty or anything like that. It's just subtle horror where they didn't M. Night Shyamalan me at the end. They didn't have to like, and then the person's head got lopped off and it's done. It's just like spirit got closure because you helped them do this and this, and like they're happy together now. And then they found the doll, the mom and the daughter, and the fucking nutbag soldier dad spirit is now fucking done with, seemingly.
Right.
And everything. So like it seemed like his spirit was keeping, the way I interpreted was she kept seeing the mom and daughter spirits outside.
Right.
And the daughter was like cold and wet, and was hearing the dragging of the fucking leg and the not being the wheezing, which was the father upstairs in the marbles.
Right. Yep.
It sounds like once they found his bones and got them out of that hiding place and let the world know where it's at, it almost freed his spirit to fuck off.
Right.
Because at that point, the mom and daughter spirit, even the dolls, are back in the house, and they're good. They're fine.
Right.
They're not
They're whole
at peace
again.
and gone, but they're home and comfortable.
Right.
Because they're not being like kept away from the house by the douchebag that fucking murdered them.
Right.
So, like I said, it was a nice ending. I wonder like the author purposely left out how the person went from that place to their car.
Right.
It makes you wonder, like, did the spirits drag their ass back to the vehicle to be like, hey, thanks for helping us out, so I guess we'll not let you die out here in the cold. We'll throw you into your fucking Honda Civic and hope it pans out for you, or...
There was a couple things that kind of left some loose ends, and that was one of them, how she got from there to there. The other one was the train conductor. The guy being back there with the maid or whatever, when they come back and found her at the car.
Well, it makes me wonder if she was supposed to be like checked out or something, because like the first thing the maid was like, oh, he sure did make a mess of this place.
Right.
Or maybe like the signal for her phone and shit were getting blocked, maybe.
Could be.
Because of the spirits, and like as soon as all that shit was done, the spirits, like, you can get calls, so all of their text messages and everything went out. So like,
well, I mean, that's part of it. I mean, they can block all that stuff and get what you want to get and what they don't want you to get. But I don't understand why the railroad guy was back at the house with the maid. I mean, it just doesn't make a lot of sense why he would have come up there with her when he's working the railroad.
Yeah, who knows?
So, I mean, that's just one of those small little.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It was like
those were parts that I was wondering about too, like that the car were the two parts at the end. I was like, how did this go down?
Once again, her car wouldn't start for her. Was it?
I think it's all paranormal lockdown, because they're like, he checked the car and it started just fine.
Yeah,
I think it's literally the spirits have the whole ability to be like,
nah,
no.
You're
like,
good.
there's a few things that we can fuck with, and it's stuff that evolves around electricity. So we're gonna do it. Like, your fucking battery's not gonna start in your car, and you're not gonna be able to get a phone signal to save your fucking life.
Right. But yeah, I love that come out on Christmas Day, and it was just a really cool Christmas story that revolved around Christmas. It wasn't. It's kind of like a Die Hard thing. It revolved around at Christmas time, but
with the nativity scene and literally trying to meet their friends for Christmas and everything. Right. And it was a fantastic story. She did a fantastic job delivering it, and I thought it was a really cool episode to have on Christmas.
Yeah, I thought it worked out really, really well. So I was really excited. The original story she gave me that she was going to do was an interesting story, but the beginning of it was a little congested, I guess, a little hard to understand. And I said something to her. I said I like the story, and I'm sure this story will come up again down the road. I said I really like the story. I love how it ends, but that beginning just kind of throws me for a loop. I said, are you going to be able to tell that? And she's like, oh yeah. And then the next day, the day of recording, she's like, I changed my story. And it's like, what'd you change it to? She goes, I ain't gonna fucking tell you.
There you go.
Like, okay, well, let's go with that.
It.
We'll just go with that. And so this is what she came with. And while I was editing and doing research on finding pictures and stuff, I actually had to build my own little house and Christmas tree and ghost in the window for the socials, but because there's nothing really out there for that.
Yeah,
there are several pods and YouTube pages that have done this story.
Well, it's a good story.
I was really surprised, to be 100% honest. So, yeah.
But that was it for the month of December. 4 really solid episodes. Like I said, we had guest hosts pop in, which was really nice. And like I said, it's always good when Rocker Chick reads a little story.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a fun month. Christmas is always good, and I know you're still trying to get into your final Christmas as we get into the first week of January.
As soon as I get off work tomorrow, I'll be heading to Louisiana to do Christmas with my folks, my sister, my grandpa and step grandma. So.
Oh, nice! It really is going to be a full crew out there.
Yeah.
Nice. So. It'll be fun.
Yep, it'll be a good time. I'll get out there.
Yes.
I offloaded. I already gave my parents their gift, and I already gave my sister and my brother-in-law their gift because I was like, I don't have to haul it there, and you don't have to haul it back.
Right.
So it's done.
Sometimes it's just easier that way.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready for it. That way I can finally be done with the month of December because it still feels like I'm stuck in it even though I'm in January because I haven't done it. Yeah. I'm sure I'll be dragged to do all sorts of Christmas activities. I'm sure there'll be gingerbread house making and the tree's still up over there and all that jazz. So
yeah, I think ours is coming down this weekend finally. Usually we take it down on New Year's Day, but just that didn't happen. So it's coming down this weekend. I'm ready for it to be over with. I'm ready to actually hibernate and spend some time working on the Empire, which is, a lot of things that need to be done and a couple of things that need to be caught up on, which, we talked about this before we recorded. Content for the Patreon is still coming out. These shows every week, the videos come out on show days. I'm a little behind on my top tier. We did get the New Orleans video and a reaction for the month of December. I just did not get anything out for January 1st, but this stuff is coming. So you guys hang in there. We are still working on getting all that put together. Christmas season put us way behind with getting everything done, and we'll try to do better in the future. I think one of these Saturdays we're just going to sit down and record a bunch of Patreon videos so that we have them for the future. And of course, we're still looking for new ideas. We've been doing a lot of reaction videos, which are fun. Mm-hmm. Especially you get J-Dub's reaction on a lot of them. The last one that came out, man, I think 2 or 3 times she about shit her pants. But
oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. It's just fun to be a part of. But we're going to do another trivia. Just got to get with Chico. He did such a great job hosting the last trivia. I'd love to do it again. And we got a couple other ideas that we're working on too. So go check out. It's patreon.com/TUSOP. 3 tiers get you, tier number 1 will get you an autograph poster. Tier number 2 will get you all the video of each episode, plus the autograph poster. And of course, tier number 3 gets you all the specialty videos and all the regular videos plus an autograph poster. So, nice. And the new posters going out are ones that Logan has signed. So that's really pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Of course, go check out the website. God damn it! Don't say Golden Mojo. Sorry, guys. Go check out the website, UnitedStatesParanormal.com, where you can find all the really cool merch that we worked on over the years. And, always working on something new. So you never know what might pop next. You just don't know. But go check it out, UnitedStatesParanormal.com.
Nice.
What else I miss?
Go listen to the Murd Nerds commercial. It's coming.
Yeah, it's out. It's there.
Well, the commercial's out. Yeah.
The commercial's out. Yeah, it's a 10-minute piece. I get to tell you about what's happened, what's happening, and of course, the new episodes of Murd Nerds. The 5-episode drop will happen in the middle of February. Super excited. Plus, we already got the next set already worked on, and we just got to get them recorded. And so it'll probably be out sooner than later, because the 2 gentlemen that I'm working with are super excited to get it done. So we're excited to work with them. And of course, then Monty J will be coming back with her very first investigation and see how she does with that. By then, she probably want to quit, but we'll see how it goes. We got some big things coming up. We're not going to announce them yet. Because it's not a complete done deal, but I'm pretty excited what might become of that. But yeah, it's something that J-Dub's working on, and I'm super excited. So,
nice.
I'll let you guys know as soon as we have a solid date and everything gets recorded. You guys will know what's happening. So anything else? Like I said, Yahira is going to be the band of the month. Old Benton County Jail is going to be our spotlight of the month on the UnitedStatesParanormal.com. And Golden 80s should be coming back soon for all you Golden 80s fans.
Nice.
Lastly, a little piece of my heart is in New Orleans. I love going down there to visit when I come down to see your parents. And, we had so much fun last time we were there. Being on Bourbon Street and being on Canal Street, just wandering around this in the French Quarter, the market, the beignets, all that shit. You know it better than anybody, Logan. I'm sure you've been down there many times. But the tragedy that happened on New Year's Day is, I don't even know, man. It's horrible.
Absolutely.
That this happened, and I don't have answers. But our hearts and deepest love goes out to all those families who lost people on Bourbon Street on New Year's Day. And we'll be waiting to hear. Maybe they'll have a reason. Maybe there's some sort of explanation. But
either way, like I've said it before, we do a podcast on all sorts of horrifying shit, but ain't nothing scarier than the people that walk this earth.
It's true.
And you know what? I don't know what is on the other side, but I sure as hell hope there's something to punish people that do horrible shit like that to fuck people.
Absolutely.
Because that's the worst. There are just people out there trying to have a good time on New Year's, and it ended up being their last day on this planet, or they ended up being severely hurt because just one person with a horrible agenda had the power of a vehicle behind them.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. We woke up New Year's morning to all of that coverage. And, like I said, I love New Orleans. I've always had really good times when I'm there, and I can't imagine. I mean, they consider this the off season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And, they were showing, I've seen videos of the night of 1:30 in the morning. I think this happened like 3:30 or 3:18 or some shit like that. Yeah, the Bourbon Street was completely packed, as it always is. So what last I heard was 15 people.
Yeah, it originally was 10, and then it's slowly gone up, as I'm assuming some people have maybe succumbed to wounds or
right. But yeah, what a tragedy. And all of us here at Golden Mojo Entertainment send our heartfelt love and everybody who made it through the recovery, and the families of the people they lost, our best to you. So, all right, buddy, get us out of here.
All right, folks, we don't know what is out there on the other side, but there's no reason to be scared for when you leave this world, because there will be me and Golden J just waiting for you on the other side.
Later.
Go get that New Year, folks. Go get it.
We're after it. We're after it hard. We're going to get it.
Make 2025 your bitch.
It is going to be my bitch.
There you go.
Later.
Bye, folks.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/TUSOP.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Golden 80s, The Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze, all of which can be found at goldenmojoent.com or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal at gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.